Hello everyone, I'm going to be installing some blowers in my Mendota gas fireplace. You don't see the disassembly part because I did that a few days ago, ordered some blowers online and ready to put them back in. The old blower is here. One of the old blowers, there's two in this fireplace. They blow air behind the cavities, behind the fireplace, over these heat exchangers on this side and this side. The reason they use two blowers is to get the air here and not where it's blocked by the exhaust, the flue. Excuse me. So, the old blower is starting to make a lot of noise. A couple words of caution. Things you want to look for when you're looking for the replacement blower. You want to look at the overall length. This is for 7-inch duct essentially. And the only thing is Amazon gave you the overall length, and I measured this one, and then I measured the opening here, and they're 9.75, I think it was, inch overall length blower is the one that I selected. You also want to make sure the attachment is correct. 1/4-inch spade terminals here. Some of them have actually wires coming out that you tie into your electrical connectors. I had spade terminals. I wanted to replace with spade terminals. And very importantly, if your fireplace uses a bracket like mine does, that's what this is, which fits on like this. You want to make sure, fits on like this. You want to make sure that the motor is on the same side. So that's the original motor and blower and replacement, and bracket, and here's the replacement. Now this replacement has a brace across there. I'm going to remove that because I don't believe with the rigid bracket that I have to attach this that I'm going to need a brace there. So we'll be pulling that off. Okay, something else after removing that bracket, let me show you that they put a little weight here for balancing. Hopefully that's not going to fly off. I'm going to make sure that's crimped on there. It's essentially just crimped on. I had not seen this in the previous blower that I had in place. Looks pretty good. Also, you'll see that this one has foam pieces with adhesive here and here. They essentially have this so you can just press it up against the back wall of your fireplace, and it sits on the floor of the fireplace underneath and against the back, and that's intended to hold it in place. Since I have a bracket, I don't have to worry about that. But they also put foam here and some foam pieces here. I'm presuming that's for vibration and noise reduction. Let's hope that all works properly and it's a nice quiet blower. So, let me get the bracket and install it. Okay, I didn't like the way the bracket was interfering with the motor interfering with the bracket. So what I did was remove the screw from the mounting plate on the motor, rotated it out of the housing, excuse me, rotated it 90 degrees, put it back in the little slots, and I used a hammer and a block to rotate the housing after I clamped the motor. And now the motor is 90 degrees from where it was before. That should make for somewhat better configuration. It's going to mount like this in my fireplace at the back. The bracket will be on top like this, and I'll be able to plug in the motor without the bracket interfering. So I stick the brackets back on. that does help quite a bit. I don't have any interference here. You can see there's a fairly significant gap here. What I'm going to do is, since gaps tend to make things whistle, and take some duct tape, the aluminum duct tape, tape around the edges here to try to minimize any of those sharp edges and allow a little bit quieter operation of the fan. No whistling, no blowing, no strange sounds. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Couple more things before I go too much further. When I started this, I had to remove the grill. There's a grill down here. It just has 3 screws over here that needed to be removed. That's a magnetic grill up there, well, that attaches here. I had to lift the fireplace front window basically off of these supports, set it out of the way. There goes my text messages. I need to stop that. Excuse me. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work the blowers in over here. I have a flashlight over here right now, which is caught on the wires. Work it in through here. Now what I did was I removed the panel that has the igniter on it and the speed control, just so I would be able to move. That just held on by a couple screws. Very easy to move out of the way. You don't want to leave. You want to leave all the wires connected, so you don't have to worry about that. And I'm going to try and clean up some of these wires here. They tend to get a bit messy under here. But the installation is. Let's see if I can see it with this. Maybe over here. You can see there's one of the spots back there, one of the screws for mounting it, the blowers. The other one is, you can't see it. Well, trust me, it's back there. I'll show you once I get it installed. And we'll get a better image. Here's where we're starting. And like I said, it's kind of messy back in there. There's wires coming from the thermostat. There's power wires back in here. There's a tube that feeds the pilot light right there. Let's go focus here. Why are you not focusing? There we go. See the pilot on-off valve there. My gas valve is, of course, turned off right now. And what else can I show you here? Really not a lot. Oh, there is an outlet in here that I have unplugged my blowers from. This fireplace, this Mendota fireplace, has a switch on the wall that controls the blowers, controls this outlet, but hey, unplug it too, just to be sure. Alright, I'm going to mount this on a tripod and we'll be off to installing the blowers. Alright, let's go ahead and get one of these blowers in here. Blowers sitting back here, both connectors installed, and the other one's over here. Again, both connectors installed, so we're ready to get them mounted. I think I'm going to turn the camera off and show you the result of that. Before I show you the final installation, let me just show you that I've got a couple of extensions here, and this will fit in the drill. This is actually a 6.5 millimeter. I had it. I thought these were a 1/4 inch, but they're not a 1/4 inch. They're somewhat smaller, and they're not the next 16th below that, or so. I had a socket that works well. I'm sure the English equivalent to that, I just don't know what it is. So, all right, now this can reach under here to mount these, and I'm gonna shut this down for a second. Okay, folks, got the blowers installed. There's pretty much what it looks like over here. Then over here, you can see they're all the way at the back there. Plug back in. Use some tie wraps. Oops, forgot to cut one off there. Use some tie wraps to clean up the wiring a bit. Dusted it off a little bit inside. Now we'll crank her up, see how it looks. Well, gotta put the front panel on, and I'll show you what that looks like afterward. Okay, final result. Fireplace up and running. Fans blowing to beat the band. Spinning away. There is control here. Does it get loud? Yeah. Does it pump out heat? You bet it does. Looks like a successful install. hopefully that helped you, and if you have any questions, go ahead and post them. I get notified, and maybe I can help you out with it. Thanks very much. Bye.